how would you feel if I told you that the person on your left had a higher chance of dying if they went to the doctor or the hospital than the person on your right, without really doing anything? Pretty shocked, right? Well, that is the case for me and many others in this country. Black women in the United States have a 3 to 4 times higher chance of dying in pregnancy and 1 year postpartum than do white women, regardless of their income, their education, or access to advanced health care. Shocking statistic. It was the shock of this statistic that drove me into the nursing literature to find out why this disparity exists. To my dismay, I did not find much. Therefore, the purpose of my research was to review the current literature and educate and inform the nursing community about this disparity. In doing that, I found 3 themes with 2 intersections, as can be seen in my slide above. The first theme I found was genetics or environmental factors. Tell me, what ethnicity of women has a 10 times higher rate of dying than the regular population if they have their baby over the age of 40? Or what ethnicity has a 5 times higher chance of having blood clots that could go to their heart or lungs if they deliver by C-section? If you guessed black women, you are correct, and we just don't know why. The second theme I found in the research was institutional racism. This talks about the reinforcement of inequalities by race due to policies, legislation, and differential access to resources. These first 2 themes intersect in the concept of Hispanic paradox. This says Hispanic women, despite struggling with institutional racism, similar to black women, can have better birth outcomes than white women. What a paradox. The third and final theme I found in the research was failure to rescue. This talks about the inability of providers to prevent harm or death when complications arise. This theme intersects with institutional racism in the concept of implicit bias. This says providers don't even know that their biases and stereotypes and beliefs are impacting the care they provide. With all of this in mind, I have 4 calls to action. 1, providers like myself as a nurse practitioner need to be aware of these disparities and educate our patients about warning signs in pregnancy and 1 year postpartum. Second, we should have interethnic relationships. This puts a face to an ethnicity, therefore increasing our empathy and decreasing our implicit bias. Third, we should support legislation like HR 1318, Preventing Maternal Deaths Act of 2018. And finally, and most importantly, there must be more research done on black women so there's more data about my population. Thank you.